So just to meta comment for another video, I'm pretty sure that I lied the last video because I was supposed to put out an extra video, but that didn't end up happening because, well, hey, turns out I was playing on the wrong version. Although you'll see now on the top right that I will be playing on the right version. So, yeah, let's do some Koji stuff and move on. I do have notes in the back to RNG things if you didn't already know, as we have medical history and all perks. But yeah, this is going to be another mystery video as we get into 3 Yogathag. So Yogathag, medical history, all perks, Koji stuff, and we might as well throw this away now, but on our plate is Metamorphosis. So yeah, you'll see. It has its difficulties, but for all that it's worth, I mean, it is kind of standard investigation-wise, although it does take you to Seaside more. Charisma, second encounter, dexterity, knowledge, no strength, maybe light. Takshisan definitely near the end, or at the end. And yeah, let's head out. So, pretty much standard Koji stuff. I don't really use Illegal Den, not really a reason to, but the camera update, well, the camera was buffed a while ago, but maybe it'll serve a use here. I can't remember certain things, so hopefully I do. Oh, we're on all perks, so why am I looking? Well, I should look, you should look anyway if you're really trying to optimize things, but if real life time is your worry, then yeah, you can just skip out Ramen, Vigil, Nails, Kana, and Akamanto. Oh, in my opinion anyway. Actually, since, oh, well, we had Metamorphosis, never mind, I guess that's getting thrown out, but it's a picture of a jellyfish. It's hard for me to forget that. And yes, there's only one ending, but Vigil, Mermaids, Botanist, Kana. So we'll take Kana first, and because, yeah, Metamorphosis, by now, if you're watching this video, you likely already know the deal, but if not, I won't spoil too much, but it's pretty painful. So, and I'll show you why. That being said, we're also on Harbinger, so I guess the first run will do what we can. Also, I should have been grabbing a weapon, I don't know why. And yeah, you'll see. But to kind of also talk about other stuff, because I do need other things to talk about, although they're pretty much still going to be game-related 98% of the time, but, yeah, not grabbing a weapon, not being able to grab a weapon for those who are playing on Harbinger immediately, yeah, that's, oof. I should have also looked at the stats, but this isn't bad. Actually, is this better? Or was it a 75 speed weapon normally? Why do I not remember these things? As someone who thinks the Monkey Wrench is one of the best weapons in the game overall. Obviously, if I had any pick of the weapons, it would be things like do-it-yourself flamethrower, 5 strength, do-it-yourself flamethrower as I fail, katana, and not fire axe. There's something else I'm thinking of. Why am I forgetting this? Chainsaw. Those would be my top 3. But obviously, you know, getting the do-it-yourself flamethrower on, oh my goodness, my words, on Harbinger is not near impossible, but you would have to go out of your way to do it, and you'd probably lose more resources than the resources you'd save, you know, having it to equip, having it as your weapon. Also, I'm deciding on whether or not, yeah, this would be nice, 70%. What would that really get me, though? I also forgot to use the PlayStation, but that's just me being me. Because by now, everyone's kind of got the... Well, people are probably still unlocking things. I mean, there are a lot of games besides World of Horror coming out about now. I'm really deciding on whether or not I want to do this, though. But some people have touched Harbinger. Some people are having more fun. Some people are getting into the modding scene. Some people are translating mainly custom characters. Mysteries and events are a bit... bigger of a beast. Events a little bit more so, because I'm scared of medical history. I might just run at 24%. Oh goodness. We're also gonna get brain damage, but I'm using the Monkey Wrench. It's not gonna affect me as much, so we'll take this and hope I don't get an injury. Why do I keep thinking it's 25%? But that's because usually things are about 25-33%ish in terms of proc rates. Save for ally attack, which I think is more closer to 50%, but I could be wrong. Because, yeah. But in any case, I mean, it's not a necessity to know that, because if it has a good chance of happening at all, then you might as well just, you know, I wouldn't gamble around it. However, at the same time, again, if it's 50%, then it's something, the 50% proc rate is to your benefit, like dodge, then I can understand why people would, you know, use it more often than not. In fact, I should be using it more often. If it sounds like I don't like dodge as an action, that's not... I mean, or how should I say it? That's not how I wanted to say it, but if it seems like I avoid it despite the fact that it can benefit me sometimes, I will agree that sometimes I forget about it. And there are times when I can optimize, because there are still like a few actions that, especially those that you can take in battle, that would help optimize things. But they're usually very niche. Again, a recent video had me bracing without attacking because it was a very specific situation that I was in. So, and I'm saying this now because when I come out with a battle tutorial video, I normally not happy with sometimes when I make tips video or guides like that, but I can't include everything without sacrificing, I guess, not conciseness, but how should I say it? I guess I'll take botanist too. I'll take botanist first then. Yeah, without sacrificing basically, how do I want to say it? Easeability? The ability to understand things easier? Because if I stuff too much in, there are too many details, basically. It gets convoluted. Convoluted? Is that the right word? Anywho. Mansion is max threat level, so I'll do that. We do have a seaside investigation-ish in Metamorphosis, I believe. We'll make sure when I get to it. Again, I haven't learned all the mysteries back to back. I have more than enough time to do so as someone who is supposed to have a lot of time to roll for. Nice 11 roll +1, by the way. But again, it's just me. I know where I am as a player for the most part. I'm pretty sure I can throw the ball into the ballpark pretty accurately in terms of where I'm at skill-wise, just as a general player. But I mean, it could be different. Yeah, that would have been nice, but. So yeah, and I'll keep reminding, if no one else than myself at least. But that kind of stressed me out really because I'm dying to stamina. I'm about to lose more. Yeah, we might as well just brace here because we're gonna do 15 damage with the monkey wrench. Anyway, unless some really weird stat. Well, if this doesn't do 15 HP, then I know something's really wonky. But. Also, I just got reminded of an action here, but, yeah. As of the time of this video, the battle tutorial video hasn't come out yet, so, I mean, it would, getting reminded of certain actions. Again, I can't go over every single one, because then that would include special actions or certain things, but, yeah, I'll do my best. So, get a grip for reason loss. Move on. We are at a max threat level forest, so, I mean, again, if I can at least reach a Metamorphosis, that will be all I ask for. That being said, Fast Swimmer is only offensive. I think Adrenaline is for all actions. I guess we're about to find out. I'm gonna take a risk though and increase strength just because strength. Also because Monkey Wrench on top of Brace. If I weren't using the Monkey Wrench, I would probably have either still taken strength, obviously, but then healed stamina. But we're at the end of the mystery, so the gamble paid off. And, yeah, we'll move on. But, yeah, my ability to memorize things, again, things that would apply to being a gamer in general, I guess, is not, I would like for it to be better than it is, but I'm more than happy with where I'm at. Of course, I could always improve. I think that's just something I usually strive to do, but anywho. So, third mystery, Metamorphosis. And then if we can do it in another run, I will take it last, just to see how badly that goes for me. Because I'll show you why. But anywho. Yeah, we'll see when I get there, because I don't want to say misinformation when we have the mystery in front of our face. So we'll see what happens. So yeah, 2 seaside. I think that was 2 seaside so far, because that event is in the seaside. So this is our third investigation. We have to fight a cat, but we should be, yeah, with the power of adrenaline. Just making sure. No, it's not. Only offensive actions, although it's still... I think they're both the same, right? Adrenaline and thingy, as I have a forest investigation. Adrenaline and Fast Swimmer are both 0.85, because I don't want to say 15%, because that's not true if it stacks on top, because it's a multiplicative question mark? Why am I forgetting this? Anywho. Nice hallucinations, but not much I can do. That's 2 mansion investigations, right? 5 charisma. Man, I don't pass that check often. No point filling this with blood. However, it would save me... Well, number-wise it trades, but would I rather have 7 reason or 5 stamina? And I would rather have 7 reason, because that's closer to... considering that we're about to fight an all-boss in a hot moment, so this is 3 seaside investigations. That's... I mean, relative to other mysteries, that's a lot. More. Even though it might only be like 1, because Sailors, I think, is also 3. Question mark. But let's do this and see how bad I called it. Also, I didn't go for ending A, question mark. Even though, no, there's only 1 ending, so there's no... It's literally just side quest for experience, question mark. But yeah, Meat Horror, I think base 26 HP, and then -2 all on Harbinger. On a non-Harbinger difficulty, it would be -1, but you can see why this can easily start spiraling downward, especially if you can't brace comfortably. Luckily, I can, if I wanted to, but we don't need it at the moment, so... Yeah, and because it's an Eldritch enemy, it is really not susceptible to the insta-kill spells, obviously. If you're an Eldritch enemy, you're immune to both insta-kills, basically. Spells. However, getting a mangled hand, yeah, it's not great. Don't think I have much more of a choice unless I want to... what can I do here? I guess this into a baseball bat throw. That would be perfect, right? Yeah, it would be. So if you get a mangled hand damage, so be it. Unfortunately, I may have to enter the I may have to enter Vigil like this, but I don't have control over the RNG that is mangled hand. I do, however, have control over entering Mermaids now to get rid of it. But considering that we're going into Vigil and there are 2 things, basically. That's the enemies here I'm either going to run away from, which means I don't need to deal with Mangled Hand, or 2, the enemies are really squishy and they die in 2 turns anyway, meaning I'm probably doing 3 or 4 attacks, if that much, so hence why I'm doing Vigil right now. So, clap Sandwich, and we move on. This run is more than survivable. Again, I will always say, the reason why I talked about things are... Yeah, I kind of got bamboozled, but we're running. But, why I talked about player skill in general is because, yes, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Once you learn enough of the base game at least, to, go through the game, and there's more I could say on that, but to finish the thought, your win rate should be minimum 70%, but I want to say like 80-85%. 85% is just that magical number in real life and in gaming, where that's just, the rubber band of RNG. So 15% of the time you do just die to RNG, if that much. But for the most part, that's how I feel, at least. But I feel like it's a given that knowledge in Shiokawa or in World of Horror should get you out of almost every situation. Of course, there is more that goes behind that. I mean... Otherwise, everyone would be playing strategy games competitively, but however, that's not the case. That's a real that's an argument I use a lot. Where if something were that easy, everyone would be doing it for business or commercial purpose. Obviously, there's more that goes into that, but hey. Also, I have yet to use the camera action, but I feel like that's pretty. Based on what you've seen me fight, it makes sense. But anywho. 77%, and we're on our last mystery. Again, the run is still winnable. I'm just getting a bit scared. And yeah, to touch on the fact of win rates and stuff, I mean, if you look through the at least last 100 episodes or 100 videos, it's pretty obvious that most of my deaths have been my fault, pretty much, if I had remembered this here, or if I had done this there, or if I had not taken that risk. Those 3 reasons are pretty much the reason why I die most of the time. But anywho, again, if nothing else, we're here to have fun, but fun isn't the end-all, be-all, unfortunately, depending on what your goal is. But here, it is still fun, but at the same time, winning is a thing that most people want when they play a video game. You can play for fun, obviously, but winning is fun for, I think, more than a handful of people. I'm not going to say a majority, because, again, there are other reasons you do things so in life. Do I have fetid fumes? I do, so... Do I go random or would I do this? This, I could get a doom decreasing item. I think I'm just gonna do this, though. We don't have a strength check, I believe. In fact, I don't even remember. But the goal of this run is done. I've done Metamorphosis on the 3rd mystery. Now, doing it as the last mystery, obviously I have to survive that long. But hey, what you see in this video is what you're gonna get. -2 all, by the way. Yeah. Again, I don't care as much, although I am still trying to survive. Oh, that's right. I still have a mangled hand. We'll do this so that we don't... You know, our chance of proccing mangled hand is a lot lower. But we do want to sell this. We actually could get... We have the medical kit. That's why we have the medical kit. If someone remembers far back when... Because medical history is obviously one of the first backstories. I don't believe we had the medical kit before. But anywho. And yeah, that was a heck of a thing. But at the same time, we didn't have Harbinger yet either. I'm not saying the medical kit is there because of Harbinger. I'm just saying that, you know, it's nice to have the medical kit now that we have Harbinger, I guess is the more accurate way to say. Also, I have a bunch of items here. I don't know why I'm not using them. Hold on. Yeah, so we'll do this. If we take burns, we should be perfectly fine still. We can survive the lighthouse. The question is, will I? So Daddy's Girl plus the Restless benefit should be more than enough, but we'll just check to be sure. So, second encounter, Charisma. Again, we can theorize already right here. I'll do this quickly and then just speed through the lighthouse because it's pretty self-apparent. But we're taking 3 reason damage, 6 if we... 6 reason damage because we don't have a light source, right? Camera doesn't count, unfortunately. Takushi-san, so theoretically Takushi-san... With this loadout, Takushi-san only does probably 1 Doom. So 1 Doom. Do we have the 6th floor, by the way? We don't, actually. So we're only taking 3 reason. Knowledge, we could have got 8. Dexterity, we don't. And then Charisma. So we're losing 6 stamina, but we still have access to Bath, I believe. And even if we fail the second encounter check, that's 5 Doom plus 1 from Takushi-san plus 5. So we should be more than capable of surviving. The question is, will we still? But we're about to find out. So the thing I was going to say is that we can take these... And we have handcuffs. Even without handcuff check, though, if you want to theorize that far, yeah, we would still probably win. But let's find out for sure. I guess that's just... now that I think about it, that's an unconscious choice I make as I autopilot from here on out. Where I don't use handcuffs on Takushi-san sometimes. I guess it's kind of a... Not a power move, but confidence that even without, you know... Because I wouldn't argue if someone called the handcuff use a bug during a turn, but... I guessed there. I perfectly guessed there. Or I absolutely guessed there. But, yeah, to prove the point, I don't use handcuffs sometimes. Obviously, if I'm in a challenge, because it's available and because it's cool. Again, one of the things that I agree on video gaming in terms of, like, what to leave and what not to is that if something is fun, even though it's a bug, and if it makes sense, you know, in here it does make sense, kind of. I could see why you would argue against it still, but... I would defend it. If I were to choose a side, I would defend handcuff tech, basically, is what I'm calling it. But, yeah, I think it's perfectly fine, and the game, you know, not removing something that's fun, and even though it doesn't function the way as intended in-game, as long as it doesn't break anything else, I'm usually fine with it. Again, if it results in fun. So, hey, if you're watching this, I probably made a cut after the first run, because, man, things happen. So, I'll still be setting things to the second-ish run that I did, because then real-life stuff happened, but as we go with OG Mizuki here, we do Knight Errant into Zektast, and boy, do we hope for the best. So, as we do Zektast, Knight Errant character-exclusive Mizuki, we're hoping for the best here. Although on the second run, it was more because I didn't set my sub-locations correctly, but we're on Zektast, so it's going to hurt me anyway, and you're going to find out how. Knowledge, Dexterity, Takushi-san Light, second and maybe second encounter. But I'll try to go over the same story beats that I went... Well, story beats, but... how should I say it? The exact same things I talked about before in the second run, because I felt like they were worth talking about, among other things. But yeah, as we put on Schoolgirl Mizuki and move onward, got the rumor immediately. We're looking for Metamorphosis. Got to make sure we do that. So Akamanto, Metamorphosis, Sailors, Painting, and Kana, which we'll take pretty much immediately. However, we're going to take a risk here and not grab allies right away. In that case, I should pop the Inspiring Novel, but I'm going to save that for Metamorphosis, because Metamorphosis as the last mystery, as one of the first things I talked about, that you'll never see me talking about, but I'll talk about it now, is that, man, it's going to be painful. I mean, if the first run was any indicator, it's going to get a lot worse. So, here's hoping. That being said, I'm not going to say I died to RNG on my second run, but we did have bad RNG. So, yeah, Metamorphosis last means that's, if I remember, well, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 extra HP that I have to chomp through, among other things. Also, as much as I would not like to run, I pretty much, I don't have to, but it wouldn't be a bad idea. However, unless this thing, if the Twisted Corpse does not suddenly stop, I should be fine. And it didn't, unless it's gonna surprise me. Yeah, again, I really don't want to run in Zectast, so, and that's the other thing I talked about, is that Zectast, on top of after talking about the HP scaling, oh my goodness, please. Actually, no, I didn't want that, because I needed to recruit students. I mean, I guess, anywho. I mean, I could reroll more, but yeah, that was a bit unfortunate, although not as unfortunate as I want. And then we illegal den 3 times. And we hope for the best, really. So, yeah, we'll grab Kana here, and now encounter-wise will be a lot better. However, yeah, as I wanted to say before, Zectast Mizuki really cuts into ally attack, but I wouldn't say Mizuki is much better normally, and by normally I mean with the weapon, because it's 3 strength among all the other stats being low, save for charisma, and because there's no charisma weapon, which I agree with Panstaz with. If there are no charisma weapons, I mean, so be it. The obvious one that most people would probably go to is microphone, as we wait for these eels. We do have box cutter, but if we equip it and don't use it, even if we don't use it, it breaks. But, yeah, it's... Using a weapon as Mizuki, you can, as I lose Bath here, but it would not be my most favorite thing. I think I do Akamanto next. I'm not going to enter Painting with 3 reasons. That sounds like a bad idea. That being said, we will burn the Inspiring Novel now. And we'll save the box cutters for Akamanto. But I would like to, oh, I can't have Fetid Fumes if I lose Bath. What am I thinking? Anywho, what I want to do is rest, basically. But we're also looking for a Zectast Charisma, which we thankfully get. However, that means I do need to level up into Strength, but I'd rather have that than the opposite, where my Strength increases by 3, although that's not bad. I do want either double ally attack or to comfortably brace, and with 6 Strength, you can... Unless you get Fame, things don't end well on Zectast, basically. But anywho. So yeah, and then one important thing I wanted to talk about is me, I don't want to say, it's gonna really sound bad no matter what, but I just want people to understand why sometimes I misgender characters. This is a game I played on my channel. I know I haven't gotten flack for it, because I think people, I want to feel that like 99.99999% of people who are watching my channel and don't, but come across my channel, are understanding of the fact when I say I came from a traditional upbringing. So basically, I'm trying to shake off any preconceived notions. I also took a gender studies class in the past. Not that that's a qualifier, but it helps, kind of reinforce against the muscle memory that I have, because you'll hear me say it. I'm not going to try and hide from it. I forgot to also equip the box cutters, so this could end badly for me, but are we hoping for this? But to complete the thought, you've heard me say Kana, accidentally say she more times than pretty much anything else, when I should, if I wanted to, to just say Kana, I should just say they, but sometimes you hear me usually say, like, he, she, or they. But in a certain game I played on this channel, I really messed up calling a character. I kept calling them she when it's they. So, again, I just at least want people to understand where I'm coming from when things like that happen. And I feel like that's the case, because among, anything that I hear about that or said to me about that, it's like, yeah, that people, I feel like people understand. But again, and if you have anything to teach me, let me know. Also, entering painting with 3 stamina, 3 reason. I don't need Amy here, but I'm just not entering with 3 stamina, 3 reason. Yeah, losing Bath was a bit much. If that's the case, that means I need to rest. Can I even reach Metamorphosis? We'll find out, I guess. Also, I should have increased strength. Did I not increase strength? I'm going crazy then. I should be able to level up before that, but if we die, we're dead. So we have to rest twice here. We might be able to level up, but we're gonna find out. Oh, also, I never visited the police station because I completely forgot. But anywho, I mean, if nothing else, I can take Metamorphosis 4th. I mean, the extra 2 HP almost makes no difference, although that boss is quite tanky. So, yeah, although with Mizuki, again, with Mizuki ally attack on a non-sec task run, it might be better. If I get Fame, all is forgiven, but that's not what's happening here. So, also I should equip the Crestfallen Mask if I'm gonna do that. However, I would like more items to throw away, otherwise I have to throw away the box cutters, which again, isn't the worst thing. We could die to reason here. I have to take the risk, though. I can't really rest a lot anymore. And it just so happens I run into an enemy that does reason. If I want to be safe, though, I could do this. I might as well. If you feel lucky, go ahead and double ally attack, or dodge if you want, but I'm not. Dodge would be the more... how to say, I guess, well, it would be efficient if you dodge. If you don't dodge, you would just die there, but hey, and let's do this, because I'm scared of Timeline B. And if we're on Timeline A, we need to do this anyway to get ending A, however, that's not what happened, so we're gonna take the Knight Errant penalty. Never mind, I forgot to throw the torch. So, yeah, we're gonna, we're gonna instead gamble on my life. So, and then throw the torch. Yeah, so... Hey, we did the ending anyway-ish, even though not really. And yeah, we're going to take Metamorphosis 4th, because I don't think I'm going to survive this long. We don't have Bath, we don't have things, and I'm not taking painting with relatively nothing. We need strength here, too, to hope to survive. So, into Metamorphosis 4th I go. Sorry that's not what was promised, but it's going to be just as painful. Unless I die beforehand, but we're going to rest just to make sure we don't. And lose Charisma for it. And then we get Strength, but again, there's no way I could have known that. So, we get Ending A no matter what. That is the one good thing for Metamorphosis, is that you're always going to get Ending A, but hey. And if we die here, well, so be it. But that would be strange. Aside from Reason, although, again, unless we run into an all-enemy, that shouldn't happen. So we're going to keep trading Doom here, because the objective is to at least get to the boss of Metamorphosis, just to at least show you. But 2 knowledge, 3 dexterity does not lend for a good stat check roll, especially if it were in a max threat level location. It was in a high, but you get the modifier at low threat level anyway. So again, with these stats, if it rolls a 1+1, anywho, 7 charisma, thank you, and away we go. So, yeah. So here, 4th mystery, 30 HP. And then, as I said before, 6 HP total on the last mystery, meaning you would have 32, which puts me a little out, but if I'm going insane, I would do that, although since I have the Power of Fame, which is an all-time multiplier, time multiplier, I guess. And again, it says combat actions like other perks, but this applies to all action types, so... Hence why, in my opinion, it's better, but obviously you have to get it, and obviously you need the allies for it, so hey. So -1 all for relatively 14 damage, sometimes 12, but if we can do this, we're out. But yeah, going into, well, this, I think we're as healthy as we were before the Metamorphosis and the other one. Again, I'm just a bit sad I couldn't do Metamorphosis last, but I feel like I would have died. So if nothing else... At least let this be a lesson to someone, if not just me. That yeah, Metamorphosis or the mysteries altogether do still play a part. I've mentioned it before, but I mean, if you can't take if you need to swerve because it's gonna be painful. 6 perception, 6 luck. Although this is stamina if I fail, so I'm glad to take it. And we want to pick up Amy if for no other reason than the extra ally, but this would be ending A. Also, this would be another ally, but you know, luck isn't real for me. And when it is real, it's bad luck. So I would actually rather it not be real, if that makes any sense. But anywho, do we roll here? The boss does reason, but I'm dead in one shot anyway, so... For all intents and purposes, I could throw the ritual dagger as well. Yeah, let's just do it. Okay, good. I was option selecting throwing the ritual dagger, although if we low rolled both times, I'm pretty sure we'd die. Or, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have defeated the enemy, is what I'm trying to say. But anywho. Away we go. And yeah, that's pretty much all I talked about. I think the last topic was doing all of the... looking at all the mysteries, although I feel like, you know, I really wanted to talk about the things I talked about, mostly in terms of gameplay, but also any off-topic things that not just related to, you know, things in my life, but also things that I may have interest in and whatnot. And if you want to hear anything else, like, you know, what's my favorite food or what's my favorite food to cook, hey, let me know. Otherwise, yeah, again, I hope I didn't bring the mood too much down whenever I talk about, again, not just what I talked about, but, anything that might not, you know, always be happy. And life isn't always happy, obviously, but it would be nice for that to be the case. Also, we have to brace here once. I think I get out if I do this, though, right? Unless something really, really strange happens. I shouldn't need to throw anything. I should be able to just do this. Also, I'm not looking at any optimal decision. I am still kind of autopiloting through this, so, hey. But, yeah, I think the dog would have been nice, but it's fine. Funny enough, now that I look at it, Parting Gift is a kind of, a very, very minor... I say very, very minor. You would think it'd be a lot more against Zektast, is what I'm trying to say. But because you don't have control over what stat increases, you're basically hoping on RNG, and if you're using ally attack, you kind of gimp yourself. But gimp yourself in the way that, you know, it's not as great. But, I mean, if you're not going to fight anything, I guess we'll try it out, right? We'll try it out. We'll increase charisma. Yeah, increase charisma here. Because that was the last mystery. Funny enough, we could survive this, but no bath means no happiness on that. And yeah, let's finish this video up. So, knowledge, 3 stamina, 6 stamina. We don't have a charisma check, so I increased charisma. I should have actually healed stamina, but... Do you have this explore? We don't. So I don't need to remember my second encounter. Second mystery, light. We do have a light source, so we don't need to worry about it, but by healing stamina, we would have passed that check anyway. The thing, though, yeah, we want to rest here. So we're going to do that. I'll do it again just to prove a point. If we die here because of that, so be it. Again, I don't really care as much because we did Metamorphosis, well, 4th, not last, but again, I hope this video has at least displayed enough of Metamorphosis for you to get the point. But anywho. So, yeah, Takshi's-san, it's upwards of 48 damage. 42 minimum. 44 minimum. No, 42 minimum. I'm going crazy. Anywho, light our way, and let's finish this run. So without further ado, if you want to support me at any length, as I forget which one this is, yeah, please subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, I do appreciate anyone watching. If you want to comment and support me other ways, I appreciate it as well. So, yeah, without further ado, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!